OBS looks different again. It always does. I had to wait for it to update because it's been, what, 2.5, almost 3 months since I last streamed. And this is not live because I don't know if I can actually stream yet. Still. I'm better. As in, I'm better than I was a month ago. But I'm not better as in, I'm all better and recovering better. So, I don't know if I can actually sit here long enough to stream. So, I am not going to stream. But I'll record. And I'll upload it. And then test how long I can sit here. Also, how long I can talk. Talking is an issue. Power ask. Yes. Didn't take you long to notice I was over here, did it? Boy, we haven't done this in a long time. Okay, you can do whatever it is you're doing. I know the game's not gonna load right. Because I have been massively editing the game. So much. I haven't been able to sit up very long. But I also haven't been able to sleep very long. And yet I get tired if I sit up too long. It's been weird. I'll be able to sit up for like an hour and I'll just be so exhausted. And I'll lie down. And then I'll sleep for like an hour, 2 hours. And then I'm awake again. So then I'll get up and I'll be here. An hour. And again, tired. Yeah, I knew the game was going to do this. Yeah, because when I'm editing the game and I have it. There's the mouse. Where'd the mouse go? There's the mouse. Oh, what do we got for colors? We've done something with colors. Okay. Colors are... who knows what? I can't click it. Yeah, when I'm editing the game, I'll have it open in a window, and then I'll have all the editing program things all open, so I have a grid of stuff. So the game has been, every time I'm doing stuff with mods and editing, it's been open. But it's open funny. Let's see. Because I don't put it like this very often. But then when it's like this, it stays like this for a long time. There we go. We want the full screen. Like that. Is that right? I think that's right. I think that is right. Yes, that looks right. What's happening over there on the other screen? Yes, that's right. Why is it? What reshade have I got on? And why is that blinking? Why are you blinking? Why are you blinking? I don't know what reshade I got on that's making it this color. Oh, okay. I know I was editing reshades. I think I must have one that I was editing on, right? Do I? I don't know. I have no idea. Everything is bright blue. Why is everything, why are you blowing? Wait a minute. Stop you from blowing. Why is it? Why? Oh yeah, we got it is very dark. What time is it? It is, oh, it's almost nighttime. Yeah, meditate. Meditate, let me see. Might change that to reshade. Oh yeah, this is so dark even here. Why? Change something that changes meditation? I don't know what I've done. I obviously did something. But wow, it is so dark. Hi, Rask. I wasn't pushing that button. Okay. Rask will help meditate. Meditate again. Hi, Rask. What are we doing? I can't see the keyboard past your head, Rask. I'm gonna get my hand back on the keyboard. Okay. Hi, Rask. Yes, that's a mouse. Hey, Rask is going to help a lot today. I can tell. Look at weird shadows happening. I'm not sure if I like this reshade or not. Debating if I want to change it. I don't know. Let's go grab our horse and ride around and see what it looks like. It's made some really dark shadows. We had a merchant that wouldn't load in. We should go back and check him. That's what we were doing when we ended, which was in May. Wow. It was in May, wasn't it? It's July now. It is July. What is today? It is 12:14 a.m. July 18th. Can't see the clock. I've got stuff in the way. Hi, Rask. Are you just gonna sit here and sing? I know this is the best thing. Playing a game. Rask loves it when we play a game. When I'm doing Medit and mods and stuff, he doesn't come over and sit with me like this. It's just when I'm playing the game. There's something different about me having the keyboard and mouse and everything all set up. He's sitting, he likes the mouse pad. I've got a big giant, you can't see it because he's sitting on it. I've got a big giant, it's like 15 inches by 12 inches, lap-sized mouse pad. So it's kind of a hard but soft thing for him to sit on. So he's sitting on that right now. Some really dark shit. I like this shade except for the darkness of the shadows is a bit too dark. I think this is a reshade I was making and didn't finish. I think that's what it is. Because it's got the purple sky. I was making a new purple sky one, wasn't I? Shadows are very dark in it. You going, Rask? Where you going? You're just restless. wasn't planning on coming to sit on me. Oh wow, we can see a castle from all the way over here now. Yeah. Almost everything has got a draw distance of 8,000 now. That's what I've been doing the last 2.5 months. There are more than 50,000 series hairs glitching out. Avallac'h's hair is glitching out too. You're both having hair issues. Get off your horse. Something's attacking us. Who's attacking? Dead, whatever it is. I didn't see what it was. I didn't hear what it was. Fresh human blood. It must have been a bandit. There's only one. Her dress is wrong. That's a new dress phase. And they're right there. The top part of the skirt is supposed to be green and the bottom part is supposed to be blue. Got the code wrong. I can see that now that we can see it later in the game. But yeah, there are over 50,000 3D models in the game. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months. While I wasn't streaming. I've been taking every single 3D model, opening it up, and changing the mesh file, which, what is that? I don't know 3D lingo. It's the poly, the grid on 3D models. This looks like a wire frame. That I think it's actually called a poly, but I'm used to Witcher 3 lingo, which isn't. The game developers are kind of snotty, arrogant, high IQ. Hey, look, let's create our own language. So they have their own lingo for the game and its parts. So normally when you're dealing with 3D models, you would say, oh, I'm editing this. No, not when you're talking about the Witcher stuff, because I'm editing this because the game developers decided, let's not use normal standard talk. Let's rename everything to be unique. When I say mesh file, I am referencing the poly grid, the high poly, low poly, that of a 3D model. I confuse it. People who know the Witcher mod files, people who know Witcher mod, they understand. They're like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Everybody else is like, what the hell? But that's what I've been editing. That requires, I said there are over 50,000 3D models in this game. Every single thing has its own 3D model. There's about 50,000 of them. And most mods that change level of detail, load distance, draw distance, auto hide, that type of stuff. Most mods that change that, change it by creating a code, just one code, slap it into the game, and then it tells the game to load these things at various rates. The problem with doing it that way is if you have a low poly 3D model and you tell the game, load it bigger detail through a code, well, it loads it bigger detail, yeah, but now you can see it's pixelated and shitty. The correct way to do it is to go to the 3D model, Blender, GIMP, whatever you're going to use, not GIMP. GIMP doesn't do 3D models. DAZ and Blender, well, most people use mods, which mods it's usually what they use. You go to that, you open the 3D model, you change the poly, from a low poly to a high poly, and then you have the game cook it. The files are all unique to the game, so Blender can't open them. The game developers made, this game was made with Maya. So if you're a billionaire and you have Maya, because no normal income person can afford Maya. If you see somebody on Twitch using Maya, most of them are using a pirated copy. Most people can't afford Maya. All three of my cars combined, the Dazzling Raspberry, the Motorhome, and the World's Most Haunted Car, the 1964 Dodge 330, all three of them combined, the price I paid for them, those three cars combined, are still cheaper than the price of Maya. So, if you see somebody on Twitch using Maya to make 3D models, that person is either insanely wealthy, extreme levels of insanely wealthy, or they're using a pirated copy. Most of them are using a pirated copy. Most of them say that. Most of them come out and say it. They're like, oh yeah, I couldn't afford it. It was like $5,000 a month and I couldn't afford this. So I downloaded a pirated copy because I found it over on this torrent bit site, something. But this game was made in Maya. So if you have Maya, you can open up these files and fine. Since the average person who plays Witcher and makes mods for Witcher has nowhere near the amount of monthly income required to have the Maya software program because they're not a millionaire, most people use something like Blender in order to edit the mesh files. But Blender doesn't have the proper file names, so they all have to be converted over. It's a hassle, and that's why most people don't do it. You have to convert everything over into a readable file, the normal readable file, not a, what is that word? Where did our horse go? We left our horse up there. Hey look, we got it fixed. We can see our horse from a long distance. That was annoying me for so long. This is the first time I realized we just got it fixed. Sorry, I just fixed it the other day. I don't think I fixed it correctly. Because the horse has so many pieces, but that's what I'm talking about right now, the mesh files. The horse has so many different pieces, and I don't think I got all. Found some. Can you remember? So we'll see how far we can get away from the horse when we stop seeing it. Has the mane disappeared? The mane has disappeared, right? Okay. Yeah, the mane has disappeared. So we gotta find the mane file we can do. The horse's hair and its neck is gone. How close do we have to go to see it? Okay, the horse's headband hair, just forehead hair just came back. And there goes the entire mane. Okay. So there's two different mane files because it loaded two different distances. Alright. But that's what I was talking about. You have to open these files. Change the poly mesh itself. Then cook it. And then embed it into the chunk file, which requires Witcher 3 oven and oven kit, two other software programs. I think that could be useful in our struggle against it. And it is really, really dark. So definitely you got a red file error, red cloth error happening. There it goes. No? No? No. Yes. No. Jump. There it goes. I have to figure out how to fix it. That is one of our million bugs. There's a vanilla bug in the game. There's been several people requesting that be fixed. It happens with Geralt's, what's it called? Earth sign. Happens with the Earth sign gear coat. Another bandit. There was more than one. Happens with the Earth sign gear coat. Happens with,
Alas, this oasis will different
the
stages of
Redanian halberd coat. The Oathbreaker coat. All the long coats, and it happens with Avallac'h's coat a lot too. Where the coat flips up and it like gets stuck and doesn't come back down, it just stays that way. That is a vanilla bug in the game. It's a problem with the red file code. I'm not sure. What did you press? I just pushed a button, but it didn't seem to do anything, so I guess you didn't get it all the way. Did you go? I can see you're up there. Okay. Obsessive need to pick every flower. I don't know why. It's a good thing that is a flower-friendly thing, because I do it anyways. I pick flowers in every game. If the option to pick flowers is there, I do it. Don't know why. I do it in real life too. That's a problem. Get somewhere where there's a flower field, I start picking flowers. I have always done it. I started doing it when I was like 4 or 5 years old, maybe younger. No, I was younger. I was younger because somewhere there's a picture. I don't know what happened to that. Somewhere there's a picture of me my grandmother had. And I was like maybe 2 years old, and I'm out in this flower field. I don't get all these flowers. It was just my arms are full of flowers, and I was picking flowers, armloads of flowers, and I was trying to pick flowers and carry flowers, and I was carrying too many flowers. I have autism, Connor's syndrome, actual autism. Hundon is an issue. It's a big one. You can tell when you get stuck in a flower field and start picking flowers. Ironically, though, that is not friendly for Avallac'h. He did that in the novels. It doesn't specifically say that he has Asperger's, but he definitely had all the symptoms of it in the novels. Asperger's often confused with autism. They're not the same thing. It's not uncommon for someone who has autism to also have Asperger's. You can have both. They are two different things. But most people are like, hey, I've got autism and I've got Asperger's type. There is no Asperger's type of autism. You either have autism or you have Asperger's or you have both. They're not the same thing. But Hundon is a symptom of both Asperger's and autism, and I don't think he did a lot in those. That was a big issue with him. He couldn't do anything because of it. And I know what it's like to live with that, because that's what we are doing right now. Acrylic crayons. I have cases of acrylic crayons. I can't go into the store and walk by a box of acrylic crayons without buying it. I don't know why. No clue. But I don't use them. I line them all up. I can carpet the entire floor with crayons. I frequently do. Only Crayola brand though. No other brand of crayons. I don't know why. But I line them all up in order of color, rainbow order, the color spectrum. Red on one end, all the way down to ultraviolet on the other end. No clue why. race. What just hit us? That was bees blindness. Wasn't that bees blindness? I did eat bees blindness. What? Why are you casting Ardent? Go ahead and cast Ardent, I guess, but that's not what I want to do. I want to do Ardent. What did I just see? I just saw something. Oh, it's a Barcast. Okay. It did not look like a Barcast from back there. What? I don't know what in the world it looked like. But I edited bees blindness. What do you live down there? Just live down there real good. Is that another Barcast? Okay. She just ran down there and her clothes disappeared about halfway down there. She was running by naked. We need to fix that. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the clothes yet. That is something I haven't done yet. That's what I was just talking about. Let me get sidetracked again. And you embed the actual draw distance into the 3D model itself, you don't end up with the issue of stuff not loading properly. Look at all the wild horses. There's a lot of them down there.
Jirel recognized the strength of my argument.
My throat is starting to do things. That's why I didn't want to live stream rather just pre-record, because I don't know how long I can actually sit here, and I didn't want to start a stream and then get 15-20 minutes into it and be like, yeah, I gotta stop, I can't stream. So trying to stream by pre-recording my stream, which I'll upload it probably tonight. So, well, it's morning now because it's after midnight, right? Yeah, it's after midnight. So now it's morning. Well, I guess I will upload it in the morning. Later this morning. Where am I looking for? This little one. Of the past. Those people over there confused me. I was thinking they were closer to the past for some reason. Yeah, I need to change the animation for getting on and off numbers. How hard is that to do? He shouldn't, the way he's getting up and on, no. The way he's getting on the horse is okay. When he gets on the horse, that's okay. When he gets off the horse, he wouldn't be able to do that. Avallac'h can't get around the gun. He shouldn't be able to just leap off of it like that. I haven't ridden a horse in years. I used to have horses. I've never done anything with horses since 2013, since I broke my spine and my hips and my knees.
He prepared some special ornaments for me.
So both the mods that are changing their hair keep clipping. I don't notice it with Avallac'h outside of the cutscenes. You notice it in the cutscenes. You can notice it with Siri frequently. Why are you getting so thirsty so fast? Get a drink. Didn't I have you get a drink after you meditated? Is that what happened? I don't remember. Maybe I didn't get a drink, but I don't know if it was before or after you meditated.
Close.
Is that almost it? How much was there? I don't know. Anyways, the draw distance on stuff, most stuff, is now at 8,000. So we're able to see stuff really far away, even through the fog. And the fog mod is kind of doing what I want it to do now. We're getting a hell of a long draw distance, even with the fog mod. I was working on both the fog mod and the draw distance mod. Draw distance mod is going to take forever, as I said. There are more than 50,000 mesh files, more than 50,000 3D mods in this game. And how many have I edited now? I don't know. I have been keeping track of it, and there's a list somewhere on my profile. There's a list that says so. I keep adding to it, but I haven't added them up to add up the total. So it'd be like, there are now 300 and something, and there are now 1,000 and something, so I would have to add 1,000 something, 3,000 something. I need to add all of them. So every time I edit them, it has a thing, it tells me at the bottom how many I edited. So I take that number and I put it there. Today I edited this many. And today I edited this many. So I need to take all of those numbers and add them together, and that'll be how many we've edited so far. And I said there's over 50,000 of them, so however many there is I've edited minus the over 50,000, that's how many we have left. And it's still a lot. But I've been doing most of the major things. Like I did the architecture. I did all the buildings and all the trees, all like the rocks and mountains. Everything that has a major impact on the landscape of the game has been done.
I think you will not attack one unarmed.
Everything has a big impact. So most everything that we can see from like here standing outside has been done. Stuff I haven't done yet is like stuff indoors where it doesn't really matter that much, like books and jars and bottles, that type of stuff. Hey, there's Siri down there. I keep forgetting I did that. Siri wearing a bikini down there on the boat. It's not a mod I made. It's a mod I did. We need to go to Kermoran. Because that mod edits Kermoran too. All the murals in Kermoran are now like that. Pictures of Siri in a bikini. Same mod. It's an old mod. It's been around a while. It was made like in 2015, 2016. It's one of the really old mods on this game. Back when people first started making mods for this game. It's statute. That was somewhat hysterical. The Mormon church tried to hide it. They put a tarp over it and a sign in front of it saying that they're going to be sending it away for repairs and stuff. People are like, what's wrong with it? Why does it need to be repaired? What happened? And somehow somebody from some news station reporter found out about it, and they're like, well, this just happened while Black Lives Matter protesters are attacking the statues. And so they snuck in and they got video footage. They went, they took it under the tarp and they took the tarp off and they're like, oh my God, the statue of Brigham Young. This is the place. Brigham Young standing there. This is the place. Somebody climbed up to the top of the statue and poured red paint all over it, down the front of it, and it looks like he's dripping blood all over the place. Brigham Young was a slave owner.
Brilliant deduction.
Among other things.
Bravo.
But he was a slave owner. This is really hysterical. A lot of the stuff that Avallac'h does in the novels, Brigham Young did in real life, including the litter. In the novels, Avallac'h didn't walk anywhere. Avallac'h couldn't walk. He rode on his horse or he rode on a litter. He's very elderly, very crippled. I forgot I turned that back on.
Can you hear me?
Where are my clothes?
Okay. We had it turned off for a while. Yeah, they're not social distancing anymore. That's why Siri doesn't have her mask on anymore. Avallac'h doesn't have this mask on anymore.
Come. We must go.
All right. We'll talk later.
Okay. I think I done. I'm trying to pick flowers. You interrupted me. But Avallac'h rode in a litter in the novels because he couldn't walk. He was very, very elderly. He was having a hard time getting around. They don't have him. They do have him looking older, and they also have him acting older. He has unique animations for him that no other character has. So when you see him walking through the desert, you can see he's having a hard time walking. His animation is quite different when he's walking. I don't have his animations in him as a player character because switching animations into player characters not that easy. It involves a hell of a lot of C++ code editing that I don't really like doing. That's why I haven't done it. It doesn't bother me that much because we were able to make allowances by the fact that I run and jog and sprint and changed everything to walking various speeds of slow walking, and I slowed walking down, so this has not bothered me that much since I have altered his walking animations as a player character. But Avallac'h rode on a litter, and his 5 favorite wives stayed with him all the time. There they are, with him all the time. They are not in the game normally. These girls that are traveling with him are not in the vanilla game. This is a mod I made. This is the lore-friendly Wild Hunt mod, because Avallac'h and the 5 women who traveled with him were the Wild Hunt in the novels. Yes, does that hurt us? Run. You can't run. No, what we were just talking about. Like you cannot survive an Arcus power attack. Oh, that's hilarious. What's hilarious about it most of all is that's a mod I made. The archospores in the game are so insanely easy to kill. You can just walk up to them and kill them, and it's like... This is supposed to be one of the more deadly monsters of the Witcher universe. And Geralt wouldn't even fight him. It was a monster in the novels. Geralt would not fight them. He couldn't. He knew he couldn't. He wasn't even going to try. And then you get in the game and just... Oh, let's snap our fingers. Boom, they're dead. It annoyed me. This is one of the most powerful monsters in the entire Witcher universe. And we can kill it that easy. So I made a mod to make the archospores really powerful. Very, very powerful. And there we go. Now we can't fight him anymore. We have a few times. We have a few times killed him. And so it didn't take us back that far. We're around the corner from where we just were. Right over there by that dead tree. Now we're right over here. So I moved us a few feet. Autosave. Saved just before we die, apparently. That was really nice of it because I have autosave set for 10 minutes, don't I? Did I change it to 10 minutes? Originally we had it set at 3 minutes and that was good, but then it just, I didn't need it at 3 minutes anymore. That was because Avallac'h was dying so fast all the time. But then I fixed it. We had a bug happen, and that was the reason for that. But we don't have the bug happening anymore, so we didn't need it in the 3-minute autosave. So I switched autosave to 10 minutes, and I think it's still at 10 minutes. I don't think I changed it to anything else after that. I don't know, it was so long ago. It was like 6-7 months ago when I changed it, I think. It's been like back in February or March. January? Anyways, litter. That's what I was saying. That's what the Black Lives Matter protesters... The Brigham Young statue was one of the ones that they attacked because he rode everywhere on a litter. His 68 favorite wives went with him everywhere. He had over 200 wives. The Mormon Church acknowledges the 68 that traveled with him everywhere, but he had over 200 wives. And he had 6 black slaves. He had a lot of slaves. And this was in a time period long after the Civil War had ended. Civil War had ended, the slaves had been freed, Emancipation Proclamation had already happened. This is like 50 years after that. This is quite a long time.
Speaks the truth. I
And
asked him to help me open the town because I aim to enter it.
so he had slaves when slavery had already been abolished in America. Which kind of made him worse than most of the slave owners. When you stop and think about it, because most of the plantation owners and stuff, when slavery was made illegal, most of them did let the slaves go. I mean, they had to. The law, they were going to get arrested if they didn't, so they did. And he didn't. He founded Utah. He's the actual founder of Utah. And when he founded Utah, it was a country, not a state. He founded Utah as a country. The Utah Territory was a country originally. It was not part of the United States back then. And he legalized slavery because it had been abolished in the United States. He was the king of the territory, crowned himself king. A lot of people who don't know the Mormon Church always talk about Joseph Smith in Utah. Joseph Smith ever went to Utah? That was Brigham Young. Joseph Smith died about 20 years before Brigham Young went to Utah. Joseph Smith died a long time before the whole Utah thing happened. He had nothing to do with Utah. That was Brigham Young. When Joseph Smith was the prophet, black people were allowed to hold priesthood. There were black priests. And there were also female priests. There were female priesthood holders. Brigham Young did away with both of them. He's the one who did the whole Cain, sin, black skin, evil thing. That he's the one that brought that into the Mormon church, not Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith and Brigham Young did not agree on a lot of stuff. There was a huge amount of difference in the church, where Joseph Smith had all these rules and Brigham Young changed them all. But that was one of the things. Joseph Smith was against slavery, and Brigham Young was for slavery. And after Joseph Smith died, Brigham Young, that was the first thing he did. He made sure that black people could no longer hold the priesthood, and women could no longer hold the priesthood. He abolished both of those things. Originally they could. And his having slaves was why he went to Utah. Because slavery had been abolished in the United States. Utah was an unexplored area at that point. He's the one who discovered it. He discovered the Rocky Mountains. He was kind of an explorer. But because he was a self-proclaimed prophet of God, he also proclaimed that his feet were not allowed to touch the ground because he was God made flesh on earth. Big man was insane. Anyways, he was God made flesh on earth, and his feet couldn't touch the ground. So he had this big gold-plated chair built. A litter. It's a throne. A litter is a throne. It's a big throne chair thing on a platform with poles that go through rings, and people carry it. It's called a litter. Brigham Young always rode on a litter everywhere. He claimed that he was not allowed to let his feet touch the ground, and he had 6 black slaves that were chained to the chair and carried him everywhere. That's why the attack on the Brigham Young statue, which happened, about 2 weeks ago, I think? I agree with the Black Lives Matters movement. I don't agree with the fandoms. Yeah, these people were jackasses. Brigham Young was a jackass. Columbus was a jackass. I hate Columbus. All these people who, they're destroying all these statues. Yes, those people were jackasses. I agree. Statues shouldn't have been made in memorial to them and stuff, but destroying stuff, what good does that do? Does it make you any better than them? It doesn't. I mean, it makes you just as bad when you stop and look at it. Yes, they were evil people. What is needed is not destroying the statues, but rather put a plaque. Make a plaque in front of the statue that tells people, yeah, here's the statue of this guy, here's the shit he pulled. Let's learn from it. Don't do that. Don't be like this guy. I mean, tearing down the statues, what is that doing? Erasing history. I mean, that's going to make things worse in the long run. People are going to forget. people are going to forget, oh yeah, there was that guy that did this stuff, and well, we don't remember because, oh, they took away the reminder. Hey, yeah, he's a jackass.
Shh, it's coming.
I agree that they probably should move most of the statues that, you know, these little protesters are doing this stuff. So, yeah, I agree with that. It's pretty idiotic to have statues for these people, but it's just as idiotic to be vandalizing the statues. Take statues and put them in a museum somewhere. Well, that's the thing about the Brigham Young statue. It wasn't in a public place. It is on the front lawn of a church. It's on private property. It's at the church. At the temple. You can't get in there. And that's private property. It is fenced in. You literally cannot get in there. You have to have a card called a temple recommend. It is really hard to get it.
Whose son had just died.
So, whoever vandalized that statue is somebody who also had a temple recommend. Now that's something to think about. Because somebody who is vandalizing stuff isn't worthy to get a temple recommend. I'm a Mormon, by the way, if you didn't know that. People hear me talk about the Mormon church. How do you know so much about it? I'm first generation. They're called wild horses. There's a lot of them, and they also look like they're all going to kick us. So why are you glowing again? I don't want you glowing. Stop glowing. Turn it off. That's better. Oh, we got protection now, right? That turns that off. Keeps him alive in battle. I wish it would turn off. It's supposed to turn off on its own, but I changed something about the code. Now it doesn't turn off on its own. What did I change? I know some of the codes. Where's our horse? Oh, our horse is way back there. Wow, we got a long ways from our horse. Well, I guess we can walk back and get our horse. I can call the horse. I can call the horse. We got flowers to pick anyway, so we'll pick flowers all the way back. There's another can. We're in our flower field. This is that flower field that just keeps going and going and going and going. Oh, we'll be stuck here all day if we stay in it. Having trouble getting the game to load while your trip is still, and I can't figure out why. I've got some mods that are edited, and they're not mods that I made, that edit fast travel points. Why am I using the mods? Because I know I'm not, because we don't use fast travel, so I'm not using them for the fast travel. It's one of those mods that adds a whole bunch of things all at once. It's got like 4 or 5 things it does or something. It's like a HUD overhaul or something. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember which mod it is. But I know it also is edited into fast travel plans. I'm having trouble with my leg. What's attacking us? Is it us? sounded like also, because I was talking to Fortale of the same scream. They probably do. Yeah, I didn't know if they do not. But I heard that and I thought it sounded like Avallac'h, but then I turned around and saw it and it was Fortale.
It's a bit low, isn't it? Rummaging through his papers.
I'm surprised Siri would say that. Nothing is too low for her. She's such a vile piece of shit. I think it's hysterical, these people who are these wild, crazy, extreme Siri fans, but they've never read the novels. And then they read the novels. I've had people who have contacted me. Crazy, wild. You hate Siri! I'm so pissed off. And then they'll read the novels and it'll be like months later, same person will contact me again. They're like, oh my god, I had no idea. I used to like Siri, now I hate her. So I always tell people, if you're a fan of Siri, don't read the novels. It will make you hate her. They really will. I was never a fan of Siri to begin with. I don't like her, and everybody's got this, oh, but you hate her. No, I don't hate her. I don't like her either. I like her story. She has a really good backstory. That Andrzej Sapkowski's talent is creating backstories for characters. That was his talent. He had a really good talent at that. He's really, really, really good at giving these characters backstories that are like, oh my god. Yeah, Siri's got one hell of a backstory. She has a really good backstory. He made it back to her house. Same with Avallac'h. Avallac'h has got this insane backstory that is really good. All the characters do, though. Every single character, even these really minor characters. Avallac'h is a minor character. The novels are over 4,000 pages long, and Avallac'h only appears on 32 pages. And Andrzej Sapkowski put a massive amount of backstory in a very small amount of space. But he did that with every character. Every single character in the novels. All the really good backstories. Which is why you can either identify with them or hate them. You can like these characters, even though they're all evil bastards, and then you can hate all these characters because they're evil bastards. It's because their backstories are so insanely well written. Where are we going? I know if we keep going in the direction we're aiming right now, we're gonna be stuck picking flowers all day, which I don't mind doing that, but the problem is I get stuck picking flowers, and I can't stop for reason. I don't do it. Let's get my button. What water is this? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played the game, I'm getting lost. This ain't the longest I've gone without playing the game. The longest I've gone without playing the game is 7 months. There was a 7-month space of time where I just didn't play the game. Look at that, we can see the net from all the way over here. And what is? Is that something glitching out, or we got some weird lighting happening? Where are we? Just the place at the lighthouse. Not lighthouse, but I guess it's kind of a lighthouse. Bonfire. We're not. That's where we crash landed when you first get the skeleton, right? Over there on the other side. Is that where we are? What? What is... It is something glitching out. Okay, wait, something's glitching out here. We got an error. I need to look at it. What's happening? What's glitching out and why? It's the pole itself that's glitching out, right? Up a file.
So, Geralt, ready?
I need to write that down. I'm not sure which file it is, but it's easy enough to find it. It's either the pole or the rope. We are, is it a harbor file? Because we're underwater? Is it a harbor guideline? Could it be a harbor guideline? I don't know. Close, that's a clothesline. That's, we've made an error with them. It's easy enough to fix. I just have to figure out which one is doing it. That's what I was just talking about earlier, where I'm opening up every single 3D model and I'm editing the poly mesh and all that stuff. If you don't do it correctly, this is what happens. So every once in a while, I'll make an error when I'm doing it and load the game. We see that. Okay, I made a mistake. The thing is, if you don't see the mistake when you make it, do, you don't realize when you load it up until you see it in the game and you clothesline mesh error. It's either a pole it's either the pole going down or the rope going across. Maybe both. I can't tell which. The pole has its own file and the rope has its own file. Possibly a harbor guideline. Okay. If I don't write it down, I'll forget it. I've done that to Avallac'h where we fitted an Avallac'h mesh file, and if we load him and he looks like that, he'll be all pointed triangles all stretched out.
Save the children.
Save the children. Why are there so many children in the game? We were told very specifically in the novel Ciri was 12 years old. And Geralt was told very specifically, did you know? In the past 100 years, only 12 children have been born on the entire planet. In the past 100 years, only 12 children have been born. You are an error. That error is not a mod I made. I've seen that one before. I don't know which mod is causing that. When did it show up? That's possibly Skelegion's Warmly Dressed mod. I think that's causing that one. I think that showed up. I know this one here, I know I did this one. This. Because I was editing these files. I know that's an error that I did. This other one, this other one is an error from a mod somebody else made. I'm not sure. What, is that another one? Do I see another one? Wait a minute. I think I see another mesh file that's messed up. Do we? Yep, we do. There's another messed up mesh file. What are you? You are a crate, right? Are you a broken crate? Okay, we got two of them. Also a crate. A crate. I see a barrel, bundle, small bundle. Have we seen any crates? It's probably a crate. I can see another one down there. Let's go see. There's two of them here in this store. Yes, you're a crate. Okay. But I know it'd be another crate underneath that one. It's a double stacked crate. Okay. Oh yeah, there's that close up. Yeah, you'll probably will see it close up because we don't ever get close to the boats. There's that. I can't remember the name of that mod. It's a series of mods, and our horse just fell off the bridge. Can I just go on the ladder? Can you go all the way around here? Because I can get too deep for that. Yep, can you go around here?
It's time.
This is where that guy's supposed to show up. He hasn't showed up yet. Are we supposed to do something else to cause him to show up? Maybe. I don't remember. Our horse just walked away. Look at our horse. I got off the horse and picked that plant. Let's get back on the horse. But how many kids can we see in this village? There, two just ran over there. There's another one over there. Another one down there. There's another one over there. Does that girl with that glitch get us another one? Does that girl with that glitch again? There's two of her here. Okay. Yeah, see, we just passed 6 kids. 6 kids in this village. That's half of the world's population of children just in this village. But why did the game put so many kids in the game when there are no children? That's the whole point of the Witcher series. There are no children. Everybody's gone sterile. Everybody's infertile. Except for Avallac'h, and Ciri, and King Oberon, and Erin. Ciri is the last fertile female. Avallac'h, Oberon, and Erin are the last fertile males. That's the whole reason everybody wants Ciri. There are no more children being born because everybody's infertile. Ciri can get pregnant. Everybody's gone crazy trying to get a hold of her. Yes, everybody wants to get her pregnant. That's the plot of the story of the novels. That's what elder blood is. Avallac'h has elder blood, therefore he can make a woman pregnant. Ciri has elder blood, therefore she can get pregnant. That's what elder blood means. Able to reproduce. It's not all magic and spooky booga booga like the game told you. But the novel specifically tells us. Ciri is 12 years old when it says it. In the past 100 years, only 12 children have been born. 7 of them were sterile males. The others were female, but they're all now dead, except for Siri. 12 children on the entire planet in the past 100 years. And we can see 6 children from sitting in one spot right here in this village. Now you aren't the guy we're looking for, right? I know we check these guys here every time we come through here. No, I don't think you were. I can't remember how to get him to come over here. I completely forgot. There's no one of those messed up boxes. Okay, there. That's likely only one file that's messed up, and we just passed 3 of them. That's the lumber mill that way, right? I can't remember where we are. What is happening with the fast travel where we can't go into White Orchard? Almost every fast travel doesn't let us go to White Orchard. And it's a bug that I want to fix, but I can't figure out what's causing the bug. I'd fix it if I could figure out what's actually causing it. When I look at the crash log, the crash log tells me that there is an unidentified file that the game can't load. And it gives me the code for the file, but then when I try to find the file in the hex code, which is when you open up a computer program and you have this thing that everybody makes conspiracy theories about, it's 111.000.1110, that part of the game. You open up that section of the game. It comes up, this is all this string of codes. It's more than ones and zeros, but yeah, that's what it really does. But that section of the game, anyways, it tells you in the crash log this line. Couldn't read it. So you open up that section of the game and you take that string of ones and zeros and you find that exact same string of ones and zeros in the game. And from there, you should be able to determine, oh, this is what's wrong. Now I can fix it. Except with that particular crash, it doesn't match up. The little string of numbers, it comes up and says, cannot find. Which is the problem. It cannot find. Well, the crash file already told me that. But then when you go to search in the game code, yeah, it's not there. So apparently it should be there. But where? There? Is it supposed to be? I don't know. Normally you wouldn't need to go to that section of the game to find those types of errors. Right? Normally you would you would know, oh, this mod is causing that error. I'll remove that mod until I can fix it. I don't know which mod it is that's causing the error. So I have to narrow down. I have over 4,000 mods on the game. And I hit the limit again. You always hear the mod limit. There's not actually a mod limit. They designed the game. Was it designed for Windows 7? It's Windows 7, right? It was designed for? And then Windows 10 came out after. That's where the problem is.
In that case, let's go.
It's the way Windows loads the bundle files. These series of bundles in the game. They're loaded different from Windows 10 than they were in Windows 7. It stacks them all up and then it's like, oh, we stacked up too many. Now you can't open the game. But the thing is, in Windows 7 has a specific amount of, yeah, I can't load any more than this, because that's what Windows 7 was made. Windows 10 can load more than that. So the game, since it was designed for Windows 7, it has a limit of how many bundles it'll load, which it's 192, I think. Something like that. It's like the game has 181 bundles in it, and it will load 192 bundles, something like that. So it ends up with a what people call the 10 mod limit, where you can't put more than 10 mods in the game. All you have to do is go in there and change that number, which I think it's 192. I changed it originally to 500. We hit the limit again, so I changed it again. I think I changed it to 1,000 the second time. Hit the limit again, so I changed it again. And so, earlier this week, we hit the limit again, which was 400. It was 4,444 is where I put it at. So I said, we're never going to get more than 4,000 bundle mods on here. Well, we did. we have passed 4,444 bundle mods on this game. So we hit the mod limit again. So I just increased it to 9,000 bundles. So we can load up to 9,000 mods on the game.
Well, I can't very well tie her up until.
We changed the mod limit bundle file to 4,000. I was like, we're never going to have 4,000 mods in this game. We don't need it this high, but I'll make it this high anyways. We've actually hit it. Why are you doing the ultimate part? Yes, the ultimate art is much better. Wait, are you overburdened? You're overburdened, really? Well, I guess we need to find a merchant. How overburdened are you? Oh, we just went overburdened. Well, let's go find our horse. Boy, is that dark. Where's our horse? There's our horse. I can see you right there. Guess we get kicked by our horse. No, don't get on the horse. Get back off the horse. You can't do that while you're on the horse. Stop Move it by you. Go back over there with your horse. That's better. What can we move? We must have stuff we can move, but wow, we can't see. Dark it is. It's so dark. Yes, I see stuff we can move. Alright, let's move stuff. So the biggest complaints people have with my game. I get stuck in inventory. We stay in the inventory for so long. 600 you. It's normally 400. You must have taken something or done something. Shouldn't be 600. Should be 400. So we've been overburdened for a while. We just didn't notice it because he's apparently taken something. What'd you take? He starts automatically. I've got a. Which one is it? It's on the mutations, right? Is that what it is? I am starting to hurt. My hip is hurting. How much longer I can sit here? How long have I been here? 1 hour and 21 minutes. 1 hour and 22 minutes. Just past minutes. Oh. Yeah, that's why I didn't do live stream. I just pre-recorded and uploaded it. I don't know. My limit for being able to sit up is, I said, 1 hour or 2 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to streaming for a while yet. I've had several times this month, July and June both, where I got up and I was getting ready to stream and I got all set up to stream and then I was like, I can't stream, I'm hurting so much. Which is frustrating because I like streaming. I stream every day normally. It's so long being able to stream just hurting so much. Stuff we usually move over. Let's set items by weight. This stuff doesn't weigh that much, does it? No, it doesn't. 2 pounds will get us down under overburden, so we'll move that. Right, why didn't you move all of it? What are you doing? Oh, it went. Why are you doing that? Weirdness, okay. Alright. Being weird. But that is so dark. I can barely see that. Look at how dark that is. We didn't want to put the meat in our pocket. Move the meat back out of us. Or actually, it's in our pocket over here, isn't it? Yeah, we need to find Richard. Get rid of meat. Avallac'h is a vegetarian. He's also carrying outfits. What is it? Canteen of water. Okay. I guess we'll move all this stuff. Where would the next nearest merchant be? Where are we? We're near. Have we kind of gone around in a circle and we're almost back to the village where we started out? Is that possible? I don't know. I'm so turned around. I don't remember where we are. Wait, why are you guys stacking? Got a mod crash somewhere. That's what that tells me. 13 pounds. 458. What is that? 458. Oh. Pit want to paint my car yellow. He says, what do you think of this color? It's a light, pale, creamy yellow. I said, that is going to remind me of 458 was yellow. I don't know what it was. Was it Oldsmobile? House car. They shouldn't be heavier than dragon skin. Flower petals are heavier than a dragon skin. That's ridiculous. I gotta go change this. Oh, I'm really sure. Oh, there's crystals. I gotta fix those names so they don't look like that. I'm not done with that mod, that's why I didn't bother with it yet. Beast. It's a mod I'm in the middle of making. That's the Goldstein mod. We got the Goldstein mod on here. But it's not finished yet. So that's gonna be a while before it's finished, I guess. A deer hide. Barely a half a pound, really. You have any idea how heavy a deer hide is? I work with leather and furs, and a lot of the costumes that I make. I end up buying these big giant pelts. They're heavy. A pelt is heavy. Leather is heavy. Fur is heavy. Avallac'h's coat for the Avallac'h cosplay is gonna be so damn heavy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wear it. I'm making it anyways. Get a big fur coat in the novels. Because it was very cold. Alright, get on your horse. Let's see. Where are we? That's the lumber mill. It's bugged out for some reason. That's bugged out always in New Game Plus. It's another bug. Wait a minute. Wrong one. Lucky map. Yeah. You should be able to go liberate it and stuff, and it doesn't liberate in New Game Plus. And this is New Game Plus. Crossroads. Where? Oh, is Cartroller really the nearest merchant? Okay. Yeah. Probably not where I thought it was. Okay. Cartroller's the nearest merchant. There's a lot of merchants there. We can get rid of a lot of stuff. We should run the Cartroller then. Okay. Yeah. I've been away from the game too long. I forgot where stuff is. How do we get it? There we go. Controls in the game too. Oh wait, waterfall. Wait, we changed waterfalls. Let's go to look because I haven't seen what I did and I don't know if I did it right. Another thing they were changing the mesh files for waterfalls. Trying to make them look more real. Waterfalls in the game are nice, but not as realistic as other stuff in the game. The game is weird like that. It's got so many things that are so nice and realistic, and then it's got these other things that's like, why did you put that there? What happened? Why isn't this as realistic as everything else was? Okay, you are, wait, again, of course, no. There we are, you. We are gonna go take a gander. And why gander? Broken barrel. Okay. That's not the same thing that was broken before. So we got at least 3 that are broken. I know it's a barrel because of the candles that are sitting on it. They sit on this. We tried to click on you, but for some reason it won't click. I guess we're not exactly in the right space. And wow, did the cutscene get really dark?
Show me your wares.
Geralt's voice. That reminds me. Do we need to buy anything? Sooner or later we're going to fix that so it's not Geralt's voice anymore, because that doesn't annoy me. I don't like that. Alright, buy that. Which gives you more money so we can sell you more stuff. Anything else we need? No. Are we carrying any meat here? Oh, we got. I think we can get more for those blacksmiths. We want to quick sort for heavy. Those are heavy, but again, we get more at the blacksmiths. What'd you pay for those? No roll for those. You know, we got an alchemist we can sell stuff to coming up. We buy the books. Alright, let's sell you the books. I know we don't have anybody in this area that's gonna pay a lot for books. The nearest guy who pays a lot for books is November? Is he? I think so. What'd you pay for spoons? We could go to November. We can say fist tag. You don't have enough money to buy it all. There we go. We can buy money now. That's good. But what did we do to make the cutscenes get darker? Your hair's glitching. Sooner or later I'll fix it. Go around to it. His hair spreads his own cutscenes. Siri's hair does too. That's a mesh file error. Hasn't bothered me enough yet. I didn't make the mod that's causing that. I know what's causing that. It's not that easy to fix. It's fixable. It's one of those things. It's gonna take a lot of time. Everything is eventually fixable. There's nothing in this game that you can't fix. Just wait, another merchant.
Hey there. Take a number.
Yes. we will do that. We can catch you because for some reason we're getting off our horse in the wrong direction.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
Now, this cutscene isn't as dark.
Show me your wares.
Do like your own spice. We're going to buy those and give you more money because we can dismantle them and sell the parts for a higher price and make even more. I don't know why we're doing that. We don't need money. We're up to 14 million. 14 million cards. We have so much money in this game. It's ridiculous how much money we have. Let's see. I better remember what number. We just picked up that stuff. Okay. And you know what? I want pierogies. I'm hungry. I have pierogies. I have pierogies in the freezer. Since my hip is hurting and my back is hurting, I might stop soon and go make pierogies and then lay down and upload this. And when I get back up, try to make another video. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream. It's I don't know. I've got this thing somehow in my head where if you're gonna stream, you need to be streaming for a while. My streams have always been long. And if I'm gonna be less than 4 hours, I just pre-record it and upload it. Yeah, but all my streams are always over 4 hours, and 9, 10, 12 hour streams pretty normal for me. And the fact that I can't sit down and do that anymore is really annoying and frustrating. As I said, I may have to switch over to just 2 hour streams multiple times a day. Right, for the past, how long has it been? It's been almost 3 months now, ain't it? When was the last stream? I know I didn't stream it all in June or July.
Through many worlds, many times. Close to catching it once.
Wow, is it dark? It's so dark, I had to shut us. I cannot see. We just walked through that fence because I completely did not see it. Oh, well. No, we just did that. You are all out of money. You shouldn't do that now. You hurt yourself. We have the mod immersive testicles on here. He can't jump on his horse like that. He takes damage. Another one of the most hysterical mods ever made. Oh, so many people hate that mod. It's hysterical. The guy who made that mod gets so much hell for that. Why do people complain about it? Yeah, it's a stupid mod. It's hysterical when you actually have it in gameplay and you can't do anything. Try swimming in cold water and he dies. Dies from freezing his mouth. That's what happened. That's why we keep dying in skeletal water. Oh, look at the fog mod here. Wow, that looks nice. We've never, the fog mod is been a work in progress for a while, but we have finally got it mostly doing what I wanted it to do. It's still not the way I fully want it, but it is much better. Look at the mountains. I love mountains. We have mountains around here in Texas. That's why we spend so much time in Skilliga. Skilliga looks like Maine. So everywhere we go in Skilliga, it's like, wow, that looks like Maine. Hey, that looks like Maine. This looks like Maine. Everything we see in Skilliga looks like Maine. Maine looks just like this. This area here reminds me of Franconia, New Hampshire. We're not far from Franconia. It's like about an hour drive from here to Franconia.
Pleased with yourself, murderer.
It's very nearby.
I ask as a courtesy. A concept you clearly forgot and left without uttering a word.
Is there something not loading here, or is this tree loading funny? This plant is just standing here like there's something wrong here. I don't know. Alright, continue on. We have merchants to sell stuff to. Franconia's got caves and stuff just like you see in Skeleton. Franconia is where the old man on the mountain was. It fell over. It's gone now. But that is where it used to be years ago. We used to see it every year.
Adventure seeker.
Weirdness. Okay. Okay, this is a mod error. Again, I know what mod this is because, like I said, in the process of making the mod, so the mod is got lots of, it's going to have things. But that's why we need to write down all these things so I can fix them, because I'm working on the mod right now. So I can go fix most of this stuff tonight. This is Care, spell it right. Why am I spelling it like Care Bears? Care Trolda. Care Trolda tunnel. It's is that the roof? Ceiling or walls? It's both, right? And that's an error in the mesh file again. That's a weird error when you see that happen. That happened very often. I know it caused it, and I know how to fix it. It's an error from making the game, making the mod. Is it? Or stone? Let's go. Wow, that made me dizzy. That was a something. Why did that do that? That don't usually happen. I don't usually get a side effect like that from games. I know some people do, a lot of people don't. Yeah, that rarely happens. It just did like a vertigo thing when we came around there over that, which I do have vertigo. Actual vertigo where I didn't like I haven't played the game because I don't have a PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if I ever got a PlayStation 4. I might play it. The Last of Us 2. That whole section where I watched Ethan play it, and I watched Jacksepticeye play it, and I watched PewDiePie play it. And Markiplier didn't play it. I was surprised because he liked that game and he was waiting for it. He liked the first one. And he didn't play it. I was surprised he didn't play it, but he's been avoiding any game that has any like connection to pandemics and stuff, and that has that type of stuff in it. He's been avoiding any of that type of stuff because he doesn't want to upset people. So, assuming that's why he didn't play it. He's probably gonna play it later, but I'm surprised he didn't play it because he really wanted to play that game a lot. Get off your horse before you get... No, get off your horse before you get thrown off the bridge. When the horse starts jumping like that, it's hard to get off the horse. For some reason, you can see he physically holds onto the horse harder. There's an actual animation where he's now holding onto the horse more. You can't get him to get off. He won't let go of the horse. But the horse can throw us. You were carrying 3 hours. Okay, you're one that we haven't fixed yet. I don't like that they do that. But anyways, that game, The Last of Us 2. There's a section, the girl Abby. It's a section where you're playing as Abby. And you're on this bridge, and it's like this little teeny tiny, almost like a rope bridge. It's kind of like broken wooden planks suspended way up in the air. It's like at the top of a skyscraper to the top of another skyscraper thing, like what tightrope walkers do. And so there's this segment where she has to go across this bridge. And throughout the game, several times, throughout the game, she mentions it. She's got, phobia of height. I get vertigo. And she actually says she's got vertigo. It's one of those things where if you have vertigo and you actually know what it is, you're going to look at that scene and be, oh my god, what the hell? The game developers didn't do their research. Because it does this whole thing where she's terrified of heights. She is just so scared of heights. She is terrified of heights. It's a massive phobia of heights, and it is a good, accurate portrayal of being scared of heights. If you have a phobia of heights, yeah, this is the type of reaction you're going to see. People who are scared of heights probably going to have a worse reaction than that, actually, because Ben has a phobia of heights.
I like your voice too. Zirel is the lady of time and space. I merely know how to use this arcane knowledge to a limited degree.
I used to go mountain climbing, and if you watched my live streams of here we are mountain climbing, we're recording it while we're doing it, and one time Ben went with me. It's the only time he ever went with me. And he screamed and had meltdown the whole time. It was barely a molehill. The mountain was 137 or 173? It's 173. Bubble Rock Mountain. He screamed like a 2-year-old baby. All the way up there. We're gonna die. It is like a molehill. I mean, it's nothing. And it's a hiking trail all the way up. So it's not like mountain climbing where, your ropes and harnesses and you're climbing up the side. No, it's just a hike. And you're always near the edge. There's never a point where you're near the edge. There's never a point where you're near a cliff. It looks like you're walking through the forest and you have no clue you're even on a mountain. Except that you have an incline. His phobia of heights is so bad. We have so many videos, car vlogs, where we had to drive across the bridge and he stopped the car and got out and he's screaming in the middle of the road. And there's other people like, what the hell? He's terrified of heights. He has a phobia of heights. So this part where Abby is scared and she's all upset, doesn't want to go across this bridge, and she's trying to go across this bridge and she's having a big panic attack. That's accurate for somebody who has a phobia of heights. But it actually says she has vertigo. And it treats it as though vertigo is the word for having a phobia of heights. Vertigo is not the same as a fear of heights. Vertigo is when it's the jelly stuff that is around your brain, between your skull and your brain.
For example, one such passage will
if you fall down and hit your head, that can become separated. And then your brain, normally when you turn your head, your brain turns with your skull because it's like this thin jelly thing that keeps your brain connected to your skull. However, if you hit your head and have a concussion, that can become separated, and it will stay separated. It won't grow back. And so when you turn your head, your brain doesn't turn with it. And it causes you to have this really wild dizzy spell, and it feels like your brain is spinning around inside your head, and you fall over. That's vertigo. It's caused by having a concussion. Usually, if you had a concussion at some point when you were a small kid, you end up with this reaction. I have no issue with heights. I can climb up heights all the time. I have no problem with it at all. I can drive up heights. I can drive up all these wild, crazy roads and drive up Mount Washington. Half people can't do that. I can go mountain climbing. I can go up in these huge, there is a glass elevator in a skyscraper. I love that thing. Every time we go by there, I'm like, I'm going up that for no other reason other than the fact that I just love being in this elevator, and it's all glass and you can watch. I like looking down because the floor is glass and the elevator's going up. You got everything's getting smaller as you go up and up and up and up and up. And I don't know how far. I think it goes up like 24 stories or something like that. I love heights, yet I have vertigo. I hit my head when I was very young, maybe 6 or 7 years old. I remember it too. It hurt like hell for months. But I had a very severe concussion, and because of that, I have vertigo.
I am alone only in knowing to what extent.
That's what just happened here. So I said, it doesn't usually bother me in a video game. I've seen people who have vertigo, and there's certain things in video games they can do. When we came out of here and started to go around here, for some reason it just triggered that in my brain. It triggered a vertigo reaction, which is very rare to have that happen when I'm playing video games. But for some reason it just did there. No idea why. Vertigo, if it's bad enough, mine is. Oh, we need to pick that stuff up? We got loot up there. Vertigo, if it's bad enough, you can end up where you start vomiting, and you'll just be vomiting for hours and hours and hours. It'll go all day and all night and all next day, and you can't stop vomiting. It can get really bad. I do have that problem. That's been a problem that has been why I haven't been streaming, because whatever this weird me being worse than usual for the past couple of months, it triggered my vertigo to be worse than usual as well. I assume that's why it just triggered it in the game. I've never had vertigo trigger while I was playing this game before. That's the first time that's ever happened. I've had such a hard time for the past. It started getting worse in December. I got this weird, bizarre flu in December. It was December 15th when I stopped streaming. I couldn't stream for, about 2 weeks? And it was like I had N1H1, or is it H1N1? I don't know which way is it. I don't know which way the numbers come. The one that's N1H1 or H1N1. I had that. Was it 2010 or something? think it was in 2010. I had it a few years back, a while ago, and that was horrible. That was one of the worst times I have ever had for being sick. I've been worse other times, but that was one of the worst times. And when I got sick in December, just December 15th is when I couldn't stream. This past year, 2019. And I had strep throat. I couldn't talk. And that's been a problem why I couldn't stream. I'm somebody who talks a lot when I'm streaming. Obviously, I don't stop talking while I'm streaming. Usually, games like Subnautica, I tend to get really focused in, like if I'm building something, or I get really focused into diagrams and stuff, and then I stop talking. I won't talk for an hour, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm streaming, I'm supposed to talk. But not this game. This game, I don't know why, this game, for some reason, when I play this game, I just constant non-stop talking. Talk steady while playing this game. And so I had strep throat, and I couldn't stream. And that was December 15th. And I remember, because that was right when the Netflix series for The Witcher came out. Was the 22nd. It was that same week. And people were contacting me and what do you think of the Netflix series? You wanna watch this? I was like, I am so sick. I cannot even think about trying to answer these people. People were getting upset because I wasn't answering back, and I was like, oh, God. The last stream I made at that point, I've streamed again since then, but the last stream I made at that point, I told people, you know what, I am so sick. I mean, that stream was really short. It was only like an hour and a half. As I am so sick, I can't finish this stream. I am going to bed. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, a week, maybe 2. I don't know. However long it takes me to get over this. And at that point, I thought I had laryngitis because my throat was getting so bad. And I had strep throat, which is similar to laryngitis. It does the same type of thing. Makes your throat really bad. And you can't talk. It is realistically dark in here, though. Have you ever been in a big, dark room with only candlelights? Candlelights do not give up much light. It is really hard to see, even in daytime. This is actually really accurate to what candlelight would look like. I don't know, I was thinking of this reshade. It's a reshade I started making and I didn't finish it. That's why it was on here, because last time I had the game open I was editing it. I didn't switch back to one of the ones that was finished. But I don't know. It's very dark, almost too dark, and it's really, really, really dark, hard to see, but it's very accurate for how dark it would be in a building like this with that type of lighting. Now then I came back on. I did one more stream the day before Christmas, 24th. And I had 4,000 viewers. And I didn't realize it because I don't have Twitch turned on. Like right now, I don't have Twitch turned on, obviously, because it's not live. I'm just pre-recording it. But even when it's live, I don't have Twitch turned on. I'm so fed up with chat. I'm just sick of being harassed. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I get hundreds of hate comments, and then maybe once every 3 or 4 streams at best somebody will say something nice. But it's just, most streams are just steady, constant, non-stop hate. Largely because there's just one streamer who keeps sending people over here. She gets them all worked up, and they show up here, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. She's just trying to be a drama queen, and I don't want to deal with it. So, it takes 2 people to fight. So, if you want to fight, you know what? Go do whatever it is you're doing. And I'm just going to turn chat off and ignore you. That's what I did. So, I don't see how many people are here. I know, some streamers, it's so annoying. I see so many streamers do it, and I end up, I stop watching them if they do it. New streamers, when they're just starting, you expect it, but somebody who's been streaming for a year or more and they're still doing it, it just gets annoying. Where they're constantly, they'll be playing the game and doing their thing, and then they're like, wait, how many viewers have I got? And they'll go over here and they'll look on, and they'll be, oh, I've got this many viewers now. And then they'll go back, and then they'll start talking. And then they'll look back and, oh, 0 viewers, okay, and then they stop talking. I can't stand it when people do that. And then we're like, hey, there's a viewer here! And they start talking again. And then, 0 viewers, and they don't talk again. I can't stand it when streamers are constantly looking at the view counts and not paying attention to the game. Looking at the view counts and not paying attention to the game. It's just, you can turn those numbers off. Turn them off, pretend they're not there. Every single one of those numbers in your Twitch dashboard. Click it, and it automatically hides it. And you don't know if anybody's there or not. I can't stand it when people can't just sit there and talk. They've got to, how many numbers are here? And the worst ones are the ones where you'll see and they'll have like 10 viewers. And they're like, okay, I've got 10 viewers, and they'll kind of do something. And they start complaining. Why don't I have any viewers? And they've got 10 viewers, and they're complaining that they don't have any viewers. And then they'll get like 30 viewers. And all of a sudden, oh my god, I've got viewers now. Well, you had viewers, you know, you had 10 viewers. Now you got 30 viewers. What are 10 viewers pieces of shit? I mean, what? I can't stand watching streamers who all they do is focus on their view counts. So, like I said, if it's a new streamer and they've only been streaming for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, they're excited. They just started streaming, so they're checking their view counts, so you expect it. But somebody who's been streaming for a year, they should know better. So I don't know, even what I do have Twitch, are your tables gone? I can't see, it is so dark, I just realized the tables are gone. Okay. There's a couple of tables gone there, but they do leave after we did that quest, and we did that quest, right? So it should be happening. I think so. Anyways, can say okay. No, I'm picking up all this lid. It's been here for so long, I might as well pick it up. But anyways, I never, because I have all of that stuff turned off. So even if I do have Twitch open, which I never do, I still wouldn't know how many viewers were there because I got all the numbers turned off, so I can't see it. And so I didn't realize that stream had the most views I've ever had of any stream ever. I found out like maybe a week or two later, because I was really sick. I had strep throat, and I couldn't do anything. And so it was December 24th, I did another stream, and I didn't realize until about a week or so later when I opened up Twitch and I was gonna try to stream again, and I looked at my analytics and it was showing my Twitch analytics for the last stream, the December 24th stream. I had at one point during the stream 4,000 viewers all at once. I was like, oh my god, what happened? And my channel that week, December 15th, I had 35,000 total views on my channel. And by the end of that week, I had 62,000. It doubled. And I was like, what the hell happened? And then I realized, oh, the Witcher Netflix series just came out. I had all these people come into my channel because they're like, oh, it's the biggest Witcher channel, let's go watch this channel. And I was too sick to do anything. And these people were all contacting me. I was getting thousands of people were contacting me. And they're like, is this the way the game's supposed to be? So I sent him all the gamer, because he started streaming that same week. He started streaming Witcher 3 that same week. And I was like, you know what? Go there. He's actually playing the game. He's doing the quests. I'm not doing the quests. I don't do the quests. You're gonna be bored out of your mind if you watch me. We run around, we pick flowers, we loot. We're not playing as girls, we're playing as a character. I mean, you're here because of Netflix series, and chances are high Avallac'h isn't even gonna be in the Netflix series. He is such a minor character in the novels that I'm surprised they even put him in the game. He really doesn't have enough of an impact for when you look at the stuff that they took from the novels and used in the game, in the Netflix series. I mean, obviously they can't use everything, and they have to leave a lot of stuff out, and you can see the stuff that they're using. I'd be surprised if they put Avallac'h in the Netflix series, because they are skipping the minor characters. The minor characters are not in the Netflix series. So there's no reason to think that a character as minor as Avallac'h would ever be in the Netflix series. And so people come into my channel from the Netflix series. They're gonna encounter me playing as a character that chances are really high they're never even gonna see in the Netflix series. And he's only in the last two novels. He's only on a few pages in the last two novels. You meet him right at the end of the series. He's one of the very last characters that shows up. He's one of the last of the new characters introduced. So, most people who read novels are not going to be trying to read Avallac'h. Fewer than 10% of the people who start reading the novels read the entire series. Most people don't make it past the third novel. The third novel is usually, if they made it past the first novel, usually they can get past the first one and they get into the second one. The second one ain't that different from the third one, from the first one. So if they made it through the first one, they usually don't have trouble with the second one. When they get to the third novel and all of a sudden Geralt's not the main character anymore, Ciri is now the main character, and all of a sudden you have an 8-year-old's vagina on the page every single other page, every 3 pages, there she is again. Somebody's raping her again. And Andrei Sapkowski has to stick a GoPro up her vagina. Because what the hell? I don't know. But most people get really upset when they realize it is straight up child porn and it is nothing but an 8-year-old's vagina. Here, 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 here. Every 3 pages, exactly, every single 3 pages for the next 5 novels. Series only 8 years old in the novels. So most people don't make it through the 3rd novel. Once they realize everybody is raping Siri, everybody. Geralt, Vesemir, Dandelion, everybody. All of them.
My companion comes with me.
Once they realize how really, really bad it is, a lot of people just are so horrified they do not finish reading the novels. They want nothing to do with it. We want dismantled stuff. Wow. We picked up a lot of stuff in there. We were down to 400 pounds and we got it up again. Okay. We want to buy stuff to dismantle as well. But yeah, Gamer was playing, that's his username. What is it? Gamer for fun to use, spelled with numbers, something like that. I sent all my viewers over to him anyways, so I was like, you know what? I am so sick, I am not going to be streaming, and I'm not even playing the game normally. I'm not doing the quests. I'm just doing an open run. I'm not even playing the correct characters. These people are coming from the Netflix series. And there are 4,000 of them. It's like, oh my god. That was just bizarre. And it stayed like that for the next 4 or 5 streams, which weren't consistent because that was when I got sick. I got sick in December. And I just never got over it. I never recovered from it. And it messed up my lungs really bad. People have asked me, if you have COVID-19? I was like, COVID-19 didn't come to America for another 4 months after that, so unlikely. I haven't tested positive for it. That appeared to be pneumonia. It started out, I had strep throat, but then it did something to my lungs, which that's pneumonia. And then it just hung with me, and I couldn't shake it. And it's now what? It's now July, so that's, let's see, December. It was December 15th was the last time I did a regular daily stream. Since December 15th, my streams have been 1 stream this week, 2 streams that week, 1 stream another week. I haven't been able to stream, I've just been so sick. It's December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It's now 8 months. It's been 8 months that I've had this, whatever it is. And I'm only just finally starting to feel better enough to sit up. It shut down my lungs and my throat though, and I couldn't talk, and I was having a really hard time breathing. I'm still having a hard time breathing. That's why the air conditioner is on. Usually when I'm streaming or recording, I will turn the air conditioner off. I can't have the air conditioner off, fortunately. As soon as the air conditioner goes off, within a half hour the heat goes back up again. And it's just bizarre. It's like my lungs feel like they're filled up with feathers. And so every time I talk, it's like they're just constantly moving. It's just this weird feeling. It's annoying, and it's why I'm having a hard time talking. But then when the heat starts going up, it's like my lungs all of a sudden feel like there's lots of elastic around them, and it's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And now all the feathers are like contracting inside of an elastic. And so instead of like a feathery feeling, now it feels like a pin feeling. All of a sudden it feels like a pin sticking through my lungs, and it feels like they're full of crushed glass. And then I start choking and I can't breathe, and I pass out. That's why I haven't been streaming, because that's a major problem. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And it was at its worst in late March. It started getting really bad. That's when you started seeing me just doing like one stream a week, because I could not talk and I couldn't breathe, and the streams started getting shorter and shorter. And then I decided, you know what? I tried to play Witcher and not talk, and I can't do it. I've just playing Witcher. I'm gonna be talking. That's just all there is to it. Let's play Subnautica. So then April came, and I was like, you know what? Subnautica, I get really focused, and it's the 4th playthrough now, right? Because I've played Subnautica 3 times now. This is the 4th playthrough. So I was like, I know from my past playthroughs that I get really focused, and I'm so into the game that I'm not even talking. It's just, I stop talking when I play Subnautica because I am so focused on building stuff. So, let's take a break from Witcher, because Witcher inspires me to talk constantly, and I can't talk. So let's play Subnautica, because I know I'm going to sit here and not talk because I'm going to be focused. So, for the month of April, I was able to continue streaming and mostly not talk, but I was just to the point where I couldn't sit up anymore. It was just hurting so much to sit up. It felt like I had a pile of bricks on my chest, compacting my lungs. So the streams got even less frequent in May, and I think it was the 2nd week of May. It was like May 14th or something, May 12th, somewhere around then. And I was like, you know what, I need to take a break. I can't do this. And it's frustrating because I like streaming so much, and I just couldn't. And I love playing games. I mean, obviously I get so hung up on these games. And I can't play the games, I can't stream, I can't sit up, I can't talk. It was horrible. I thought, you know, I'll just take a week off and go to bed and get over this. And it just kept, no. I would get up, and I'd be like, okay, it's been a week, let's try to stream again. And I'd get all set up and be ready to stream. And I couldn't talk, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't sit up. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to bed. This isn't gonna work, I can't stream. Take another week off. And it's just been like that week after week after week, and it's been almost 3 months now. Every week, it's been like every 3 or 4 days, I'll get up and I get all set up to do a stream, and then I'm just hurting too much, and my lungs, it just feels like it feels like I've got an elastic band on my lungs. It is just every time I take a breath, it's like it gets tighter. And I take a breath again, and it gets tighter again, and it never lets go. It just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It feels like hell. I hate it. But for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been able to get up and move around better. A little bit. And that's all you can dismantle. Okay, so not craft. Shop. Go to shop. That's better. Okay. Wait, we can dismantle all this stuff, can't we? No. Wrong button. That was the wrong button. Don't do that. Just go back. Back to dismantle. Yeah, there's more stuff we can dismantle. Why are we not dismantling everything? Oh, did we just repair everything? Yeah, I think I did. Oh, that's fine. Gave him more money. I should pay attention better to what I'm doing, but no, I'm talking. As I said, that's the effect this game has on me. That was a pause. Yeah, we repaired everything instead of dismantling. I've been away from this game too long. I'm pushing wrong buttons. I'm close to reaching my limit for sitting up for the day, I think. I'll probably have to stop and get done. Which is so annoyingly frustrating because I am used to sitting here for 8 or 9 hours with this game and I can't do it. Hi, Rask. Were you sitting back up there? Or were you on your thing and you leaped over? I didn't notice. I don't notice when he's up here unless he leans on the back of my head, which he often does. But if he's not leaning on my head, I don't notice him there. This isn't the worst I've ever been sick, though. It's just, like I said, it's when I had that, was it N1H1 or H1N1? I can't remember which way the numbers go. I always get mixed up. When I had that was horrible. And this, whatever this is, that has just stuck with me since December. This was worse than that. I've had so much trouble, I haven't been able to eat. Because I haven't been able to stand up, so I haven't been able to get up and cook. So, Ben's been bringing food over. I'm somebody who likes to cook. I love cooking. I cook all kinds of big meals. Cook everything from scratch. Nobody does that anymore. Alright, I had this bake sale at the church. They wanted people to make bread. They had this like a sign-up sheet, and they're like, we need somebody to bring cookies, we need somebody to bring pies, and so they had this. They wanted somebody to bring loaves of bread. And everybody was like, oh, I can't stand making bread. So these women, they're all complaining. They said it takes so long to get the bread maker set up, and we gotta put all the stuff in the bread machine. And they're talking about, well, we can make a cake. You just take a cake mix, and I can make cookies. You know, just we get this rolls of dough. Oh my God! I can't imagine cooking like that. So they're all complaining about making bread. Yeah, there's no quick way to make bread. And they're all bitching and complaining about, oh, the bread machine takes so long to set up and get all the ingredients put in it. So I was like, I'll make bread. I like making bread. So I make bread. Process, it takes 4 days. Not easy to make bread. And we bring these loaves of bread in, and they're like, how did you find a bread maker to let you make big loaves like that? Because they're big loaves of bread. And I was like, I didn't make them from scratch. You guys are lazy. Oh, you can tell they're converts. Boy, can you tell they're converts. No real actual Mormon in her right mind would use cake mixes or rolled cookie dough from a store. Think of owning a bread maker machine. I hate it when converts are just, we're Mormons! Yeah, right. Notice how people can't survive this whole COVID-19 stay-at-home orders because we gotta go to the store every 2 or 3 days. Oh, I thought you were Mormons. You should have your 3-year food supply. You can't practice what the Mormon Church teaches, you shouldn't be in it. Same with any church. And if you are not practicing what your church is teaching, you shouldn't be in that church. Clearly you do not believe what that church teaches if you do not practice it. I hear you back. I do hear you back. You just climbed up the back of the chair. I could feel the back of the chair being pulled up. You're a strange cat, sure. Timeridian. They look at Timeridian. Not that much. It's been so long since I've played the game. Did I have forgotten what stuff we get? Dismantle stuff. We got some mods not working because these aren't stacking and they should be. Which means they're also not going to give us the stuff. Yeah, they're not going to give us the right stuff, so it's not dismantled. I'll have to look into that, see. That's right, that mod crashed. It crashed one of the last streams, which was 3 months ago. I never went back and fixed it. I remember we took the mod off because for some reason it stopped working. Why did it stop working? Because we'd had that mod on there for a long time. There's no reason for it to stop working. I hadn't edited it. 11 RPX. We need RPX. Now we gotta shop after. Wasted a bunch of stuff with the repairs. Gave him more money for us to sell him stuff. So, I guess it worked out. Oh, is that one glitched out? Yeah, that's that mod. That's exotic arsenal mod. The way the mod maker made it, it shouldn't do that, but it's conflicting with another mod. I've got a mod that changes the prices to be by percentage instead of just the base price. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it changes those to like 1,000,000 or something. What did it change it to? Yeah, 416,000 for us. What is that? That's an sword. That's what's that called? Oh, I can't remember. That's not what I'm thinking of. Why are you? That's weird. Hey, you don't have your feather in your hair because it's in your inventory. That's right. Would you have enough coin? Oh yeah, you ran out of coin. I didn't pay attention. You should pay attention to how much money you have. My hip is hurting. I can't sit here anymore. I must go. Alex slaps her on the ass for some reason. That's an automatic animation. It's startled. It's an animation for Geralt doesn't play a character. It's not an animation for Avallac'h. But both Geralt and Avallac'h both use it. It is so dark in here. Yeah, this really dark in the interiors. I can't see. I think we got a glitched out table there, but we can't see it when we get close to it. You know, let's change the reshade. What is this? I don't know what this reshade is. Foggy world. Oh, it's the fog mod reshade. Okay. Yeah, I know that one's not finished. This one should be better inside. Oh, yeah, that's definitely glitched out table. I didn't see it. Okay, that's good. Is it the table? Yes, it is. What table is this? Okay, so everything
No,
that's...
Cyril. You are not ready. Do not control.
Oh, she didn't have any powers, and you don't think she did either. Table. Okay, so there's a table that's also messed up. It's absolutely ridiculous. He would not have said that.
You did? In the land of the Avallac'h?
You get this whole scene where Siri is doing this. But I'm so powerful. I'm the chosen one. Blah, 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 blah. Me, me, me. Kiss my ass. Because that's the way she is in the novels. And Avallac'h's getting sick of it. Everybody gets sick of it. She's such a whiny bitch in the novels. Avallac'h's getting sick of it. He finds it. You don't have any powers. You don't have 1/1000th of Laura Darren's powers, and she didn't have 1/1000th of my powers. Avallac'h's trying to convince her that, you know what, Elder Blood doesn't give you magic powers. Elder Blood just means you can get pregnant. And she's like, no, but everybody says, Philippa says, and Triss Merigold says, and Mummy Yennefer says. And then you get to the end of the novels and you have the final big reveal. Oh, Geralt's dead. Mummy Yennefer's dead. I'm trying to use my magic powers and I don't have any. Avallac'h was right. I don't have any magic. I can just get pregnant. That's it. Woohoo. Okay. There are so many times you just, when you're reading the novels, you just want to kick Siri in the teeth. It's one of those things where people beat her up all the time. And usually, in a situation like that, you'd be like, what the hell, leave her alone. But the way Siri is in the novels, every single time somebody beats her up, you're like, finally, 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 somebody took a brick to that bitch's face. Finally. Oh, she is so annoying in the novels. And her catchphrase is, na 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 na, and then flip her skirt up and start slapping her ass. And I'm like, okay, Siri has Tourette's. What is that? And she does it every other scene. Na 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 na, let me slap my ass again. Na 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 na, because I slap my ass again. Let me stand on the table. Na 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 na, slap my ass again. Okay, how many levels of retarded is she? Oh, Siri in novels. Every single scene with Siri in novels leaves me asking, has Andrzej Sapkowski ever met a child? Is this what he thinks children act like? Did Andrzej Sapkowski only ever meet children from the Sweet Circle?
Avallac'h told me of beings who communicate with elves. They can be found in every part of our world.
He definitely needs to meet children and find out. You know what? They don't act like that. Oh. Any child that acted like that in real life, they need to be locked up. They need the mental institute. So I said, serious. She's something else in the novels. Boy. Nothing messed up table. Okay. It's the same table. I found another glitch and I'm trying to figure out which one it is. that was broken so funnily that, yeah, I might just leave it there. Now, we can figure out which mod it is really quick. I'm pretty sure I know what mod it is. Let's save. this game. Mod folder. We don't have the mod folder open. Okay, that's easy to fix. Open mod folder. Are you the one that's broken? We'll find out if it's that one. Skeleton architecture isn't there, really? Did I not finish that one? Or did I take it off already? No, I must not have finished it then. Okay. Let's reload it in. See if it was that mod. If it's that mod, I know which one it is. If it's not that mod, we need to figure out which one it is. But it's going to be one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wouldn't be that one. That one, so it's one of those 5. If it's not that one that I just took off there. Oh, Rask! I knew you were there. Hey, Rask! And now I'm supposed to be stopping so I can go lay down because I need to rest my hip. But it's annoying me that we got a bug that's... Where did we find it? It's probably all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We found 6 errors, 6 different items that are wrong. They're all mesh file errors. So obviously, they're all the mod that I just made, or one of the mods that I just made. It's those. So I said I've been making these mods, but I haven't been checking them. You shouldn't do mods that way, but I've been so sick. I couldn't get out of bed. I would get up, and I would work on the mod for half hour, 40 minutes, and then I'd go lay down. Like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Go lay down. Oh, it fixed it. Yes, it fixed it. Yes, yes, yes. Fixed. It's fixed. Okay, what's that one? So all of those things that were in error, yes, that one's fixed as well. Okay, so it was definitely that one. Probably that same mod for everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go check the tunnel. Decided we might as well check. Did we leave our horse? No, we don't need our horse. It's just right there. What a difference in color. We didn't do that ending. Why did I keep saying that? That's not the ending we got. You don't find out that she did it. Okay, that is still doing your thing. You're still doing your thing. So that's a different mod. And a snow error thing there. What? Why? Just don't get close. That's a level of detail error. You know what? I haven't edited those files.
The red writers.
That's a texture file loading error. I haven't edited those. I have put mods on that other people have edited. Was any of them a level detail mod? Yeah, I think one of them might have been. Okay. Oh, let me check here. Wait a minute. Save the game again. What is that file called? possibly be this one. Take you off and find it if it's you. Okay. Got you back up. Can't stream right now anyways. Let's see how that... Twitch is offline. Twitch is offline, Discord's offline, Instagram's offline. When I just started recording, I checked Twitch, and it looked like Twitch was coming back on. I opened it up. Twitch was loading again. Discord's still down. Just some like 400 websites went offline. It just happened. It was like around 10 o'clock. Continue. Which one did I take off? I took off the cave. Alright. I say it's either the cave or the Elf Ruin mod causing it. I'm not sure. Because I can't remember if those are wooden. If those are wooden walls and not stone, then it could be one of the architecture mods. But I would like to find out which mod's doing it because I could fix it. I'm gonna go take a nap once I stop this. And when I get up, I can have that there and just fix it. Fixed it, right?
Best blade's not worth shine if a weak arm swinging it.
Looks like it fixed it. I can't tell until we get inside of it. It fixed it. Okay, so is it... It's stone, right? Everything in Controller has a KT. Everything that's unique to Controller. This, since it's this Controller tunnel, it is probably unique to Controller. So it is probably a file marked with a KT. I should be able to find it. I know all the barrels and crates and tables were all in the same mod. So those barrels and stuff that weren't loading right, those would also have been the mod that we just took off for the table. And then this mod also. And that's not difficult to fix. I just gotta figure out which mod, which, now we determined which mod, now we gotta figure out which file inside of the mod. Each one of those mods edits around 1,000 files. So take a while to find it, but you roll down the stairs. Avallac'h clothes. There's a bug fix mod to fix that. It's called Geralt is Not a Clown. We used to use that mod when we was playing as Geralt. Yennefer, what is she to Avallac'h? Or we know what she is to Geralt. Geralt and Yennefer are married. The game forgot to tell you that. But Geralt and Yennefer are married, and so you get to go to their wedding and their reception, and kid with pitchfork comes and kills them, and so they didn't stay married long because he died. Why are your eyes looking different? What did we do to your eyes? Oh, we changed your V-shade, right? Did it affect your eyes that much? Walk up to something. What did we do to your eyes? Yeah, it did. Something changed your eyes. Your eyes have changed. Why are your eyes changed?
Are your parents home?
No, stop moving. I'm trying to see your eyes. boy, it's annoying that he doesn't stand still. Now something has definitely changed his eyes. Do I have a mod changing his eyes? I know I have a mod changing his eyes, but do I have a different mod that also changes his eyes as well? Well, now it's going to annoy me. We have so many mods on here changing him. That has got a bad level of detail texture array. Obviously, the HD graphics mod does not change that. That's the problem with the HD graphics mod. The HD graphics mod changes stuff, and it makes it look so good. Like it changed this brick wall here. Wait, what are you stuck on? What are you doing? Stop it. Climb over the bed. Here we go. That's better.
See that?
It changes this brick wall, and the brick wall looks really good. It does. You're gonna do that again. Stop doing that. Climb over the bed again. What are you getting stuck on? What is that? It's not there. But the HD graphic mod clearly doesn't edit that wardrobe. That's the problem with that mod. It edits stuff to make them graphics really good, but it only edits some stuff. And the stuff that has the vanilla graphics in the game, that is obviously still the vanilla graphics of the game. And that is not the brick wall there is not the vanilla graphics. That is, you can see the difference. The graphics in this game are really good. They still stand up for even how old this game is. But when you have the graphics improved with new graphics, and then you see the vanilla graphics side by side, then you can see, yeah, this game is starting to look old. Boy, does it look old now. That wardrobe is one of those things where, wow, the game is starting to look old. Oh, and then Avallac'h stands out because, look, his clothes, you see all the fine line detail on his clothes. You can see all the fine lines on his face, too. That took a hell of a lot of work. That is all stuff that is already on him, but I went through and had to go increase all of the red cloth and red fur files, and then I had to go and change his skin file in order to get the details so that you could see them. You can see all the stitches and everything now. And if you look at my costume, if you look at the pictures of my costume next to this, pictures of him, all the lines on his toga are exactly the same on my costume. I took his texture file, which is flattened out, and I had it printed up and blown up to life size, and I traced it. So all the embroidery, which you saw in the live stream, if you watched the live stream, because we did it all in live stream, the entire costume was done on live stream. All the sewing of it, design of it, and everything. I made the patterns now. But I blew up the texture file to life size, the right size, so that I could wear it. Laid the fabric, laid the tracing paper on top of it. Traced all the embroidery, all those vines onto the toga. Then put the tracing paper on top of the chambray. The costume's made out of chambray. The blue part of the toga is made out of chambray. And then used tailor's chalk to hand draw the whole thing, and then embroidered the whole thing. The embroidery, just the embroidery, it was 4 months of daily 8-hour streams to do all that embroidery. But the embroidery is completely exactly the same as it is on the texture file in the game. because I blew up the texture file to life size and then traced it. So all that embroidery is identical on the costume. That is the most detailed costume I've ever made of all my costumes. And we're not done with it yet. But we're going to stop now because I need to move. My hip is telling me I can't sit here anymore. And a little dog that says, I'm going to bed. She just jumped up on the bed. She's pulling the blanket all over the place. Where were you? I thought you were already in bed. I bet you went out and peed on the floor in the kitchen. I suppose I should go check the kitchen floor and then go to bed. Since Marcy just came back. She is 18 years old now. She is 18 years old. She is the oldest dog I've ever had. She weighs 7 pounds. She's half the size of Rascal. You still up here? It's Rascal. You're not still up there. Okay. You're up there now. There you are. If she say half the Rascal weighs 13 pounds. He's a big cat. Marcy, a little tiny chihuahua, she weighs 7 pounds. I need to get up. It hurts to move. It's gonna hurt more if I stay here. But my sacroiliac joint is broken. Which, that's where your tailbone connects to your spine and your pelvis. There's like a little teeny tiny bone that's like the connector for all of it. You get your tailbone and your spine connecting and then your pelvis bone, and there's like this little teeny tiny bone in between all of that that connects it all together. That is broken. And it's compacted. It is, what did they call it? Is it a compound fracture? Is that? Yeah, that's what they called it, right? A neurosurgeon. They sent me into a neurosurgeon because they said, you gotta have surgery. You gotta have spine surgery. Because the way it's crushed, the bone itself is all fractured and crushed. And the pieces of the bone are all stuck into my spinal column, and they're cutting into my nerves. And it's causing pinched nerves, but also nerves that are like stabbed with bone. And so I needed to go in and have surgery to have this all pulled out and put back in place. But then they sent me into this neurosurgeon, and he's supposed to be the top neurosurgeon in New England. They sent me into him, and he went through it, and he's telling me, he says, the way this is, he said if it was just pushed in and we could just pull it back out, that would be okay, but that's not what the issue is. The pieces are broken and fragments and all shattered, and they're going actually into the spinal column. He said, so if I pull these back out, I said, the way they are right now, you can still walk because of the way the pressure is holding in on them. But if we try to pull these out, it's going to sever the nerves. He says the nerves are so tiny, it's really hard. He said it's almost impossible to take these nerves once they've been cut completely through and put them back together. He said there's an 80 to 82, 83, there's an 80-something% chance that if we try to pull this out, you're going to be paralyzed from your neck down for the rest of your life. You're never going to move again. So, we can't operate. But that is what is hurting right now, because I also have a broken hip. And I have hip dysplasia. And my hip bone, where it connects to your pelvis bone, is pushed up in, and you have is it the femur? The upper leg's the femur, right? Or is that I can't remember. The big long leg bone from your knee to your thigh, your hip. That is pushed up, and so you have the hip bone is pushed up into the pelvis bone, and then the leg bone is pushed up into the hip bone, and the whole thing's all compacted, and all the cartilage is moved and gone, and there's nothing there, and the bone is hitting against the bone and hitting against the bone. There's 3 bones that are hitting together, so every time I move my leg, and they're all the bones all worn down, and I have fractures down the leg bone. That is caused by a foundation nail, which is a really big thing. It's about that wide, about that thick. It's about 2.5 inches around, and huge long thing. It requires a thing that's similar to like a jackhammer to put it into cement. It's those big giant spikes that like hold a skyscraper to its foundation. Those big giant spikes. That went through my hip. That is what caused that injury. That was put into my hip by a psychotic uncle who thankfully died from coronavirus. So there was some good stuff from the coronavirus. He did that to me when I was 4 years old because I couldn't read the Bible well enough at 4 years old. I've never been able to walk properly my entire life. But that is what the issue is with my hip. However, now I have the spine injury, which I've had since 2013. It's a more recent injury. And the 2 injuries combined, I hurt. That's why I can't walk. So. For some reason, this being sick thing that is just illness that has stuck with me for the past 8 months, since December now. It's caused everything to hurt. It's like it's activated my nerves and my muscles to hurt. Just everything hurts. So it's made everything worse. So in addition to all this being sick and having issues with my lungs, it's made the already issue with my hip even worse. So I need to get up and go to bed because it's hurting to sit here. However, it's going to hurt to try to get up. Hurt worse if I stay here too long, so I need to get up. So I'm going to stop it. I probably won't upload this right now. I'll probably upload it in a few hours. Take a nap when I get up and upload it then. How long did we go? 3 hours and 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm surprised I made it 3 hours. I was thinking I wouldn't be able to make it past an hour or so. We shouldn't have gone this long because it's hurting so bad right now. So, 3 hours is definitely too much, which I don't know how I'm going to get back into streaming if it's this difficult. I hate that I can't stream. Hopefully I will heal up soon. 8 months. I have to see.